My name is Jerry Plemons. I'm a state citizen of North Carolina Republic. I'm here to explain a little bit about what happened to my court case today. It's my second appearance in challenging the jurisdiction of the court based on the fact that there's two states called North Carolina operating within the same jurisdiction. I'm a citizen of the original 12th state. I do not recognize the 39th state that came out of the Reconstruction Acts. Basically, I'm going to go on and tell you about what happened in court today. Went in Forsyth County, room 1A, 9 o'clock this morning with several friends to witness what was going on. I had a court recorder as well with me, and the court recorder had some problems getting set up this morning. They were she asked 2 or 3 different people where she could plug in to record, and they said, well, we're going to give you a chance to set up because we won't hear his case until after the first break that we take, and then while the break's going on, you'll have a chance to set up. So she said, okay, and sit down. So they've called several different cases. We were probably there about 2 hours, I believe, and they hadn't taken a break yet, and they just went ahead and called my case. Said, Mr. Plemons, you know, you could face 4 months for this charge. And I said, okay, well, I'm here on special appearance to challenge the jurisdiction of the court. I have evidence I'd like to submit to support my case. May I approach? And she said no, and I said, okay, can I hand it to the bailiff? And said yes. So I handed it to him. She gave it to the bailiff gave it to the judge. She looked over it. So the judge asked me, how does this support my case? So read what I have in my notes here. So the judge had asked me, after reading through my notes, how does this support my case? And I said, well, you have my affidavit of citizenship that I submitted along with my evidence. I'm a citizen of the original 12th state of North Carolina, and I do not recognize the 39th state, the new state that was created from the Reconstruction Acts. And she looked over at the district attorney. Are you prepared to argue this, is what it was that she said. And the district attorney said, no, I just called the case up because they had a court recorder. I forgot to mention that earlier. I had a court recorder come in, and they didn't let her set up like they said they were before the break. But she said, no, I just called the case because he had a court recorder, and I'm not ready to argue this yet. So the judge said, I'm going to allow a continuance on this to give the DA time to get a case ready. And at that point, I asked for, I said, well, I don't want to come in here again because I don't want to waste the court's time and the taxpayers' money from having to come back. This is my second time in. I'd like to make a motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction. And she said, well, we're just going to push this off to January 31st. Can you come back then? I said, okay, and just left the courtroom. So I thought one thing that was unusual about today was that the judge actually allowed me to explain a little bit about why I was there, what I was doing, and you know, when she asked the district attorney about if she was ready to proceed with her part of it, you know, and she said no. She said, well, the state will be prepared next time. What we're trying to do as citizens of the Republic is to go in and shed light on what happened in this country during the Reconstruction Acts and the passage of the 14th Amendment. Google search Ex parte McCardle. It's the only case in U.S. history where the Supreme Court fully heard a case and then the Congress came in and stripped them of their jurisdiction to rule on that case. And it was over the constitutionality or unconstitutionality of the Reconstruction Acts. Check out NCrepublic.org. Thank you, and I hope you guys come out January 31st to see what happens at the next court case.
What happened, Jared? What happened in your case, man? Dude?
Some from my notes of what supports my evidence. Then she asked me, you know, how does it... I cannot get this part.
Really? How did we get through the last video?
I don't know, man.
It was earlier.
I'm just going to...